Hey, welcome to the weekly wrap up. Now you are on a recording here because it's not going through because my internet is really shit. Anyway, Wi-Fi is not working and this is the next best thing. So I'm going to have to upload this to the site and you'll be watching it with about a 15-minute delay. But I don't think that'll matter. Market's not doing anything anyway. So let's quickly jump in. Now I want to show you the Moon Mag. It's really cool this month. So obviously February is Valentine's Day. It's the month of love. If you've got somebody in your life, which I don't, but if you do have somebody in your life, this is the magazine for you. So it may take a little bit of time to open up because everything's been super slow. So I feel like I've gone back to, early like 1990s with dial-up here. So let's jump in and see if this will open. So this is the Moon Mag. It is the moonmag.com. If you want to follow our daily updates, it is Crypto Moon Mag on X and Crypto Moon Mag on Instagram. We do updates daily, about 3 or 4 times a day with all the latest news, updates, everything like that. But this is the Moon Mag. It reads like a magazine, opens like a magazine, and it's super cool. So jump in and have a look. We're looking at virtual. We're looking at Move. We've got a few articles in there. FOMO Forever. We're going to make it or never going to make it by Josh. Sexes versus Dexes, a showdown. I prefer centralized exchanges, but that's just me. And the top 10 crypto movements. So make sure you get yourself looking at the Moon Mag. It is 80 pages packed full of, it's 100 pages this week. It's huge. So huge magazine this time. So make sure you jump onto the website, have a read, and it's epic. Share it with your friends because that's what we want to do. We want to get crypto out to everyone, and the Moon Mag does that for us. So let's quickly jump into all of these charts before my connection dies and we have no more. But BTC, super slow. We've got heaps of adoption happening. We've got heaps of buying happening. ETFs are looking at ETH at the moment. So that's been really cool for Ethereum. Not that it's really moving much, but the whole market as a whole is not moving much. This is the daily. We've got support of the 100 MA. It doesn't look like we're going to come down at this point yet to the 200. We've got a strong resistance at about 103, sort of 300-ish coming up here. And I do believe we test that again. So whether we've got one more wave down to that sort of 92, 93 mark is yet to be seen, but we are going, well, it's not 100% confirmed, but it's more likely that we're going up first before we get one more pullback. We could just go straight up from here. So we have got a change in momentum happening on a lot of the indicators. So that is showing that, it is looking like we will have some momentum building. This part of the market is predominantly really quiet. So, as we know, we go up and down in the waves, and Bitcoin works on a 4-year cycle. Indicators are showing this is starting to change momentum, even on higher timeframes. So if I jump in, I'm going to quickly open a quantitative chart just so we can see where that is and what it's looking like. Now, it's going to be really slow. Bear with me. We're back in, the early internet here with dial-up, feels like. So we're still got the support on the top of that. So we flipped that as support, still holding. That's our previous resistance. We had quite a few tests to that. And, we've come down. This is our 3rd test to this region. Now, if we do get a 4th test, that's a really important 4th test always. That is the make or break point where we know essentially it's going to go up or down. So Bitcoin's at a really pivotal point. I do think we're going to head up and just retest that region, which is 103,723 is our pivot. So that's the area to watch. that's also the diagonal resistance as well in that region. So there's a potential we might come up and retest depending on what the patterns are. There's several different patterns, but at the moment we're just hanging sideways. So it's been really boring. We can see the BTC dominance is increasing and is looking like we are continuing to grow here. So likely we're going to retest where BTC dominance attempted to break out. We don't want to break out yet. We don't want to absolutely kill the alts and have them die. We can see we're coming up on the RSI to the top sort of regions. That doesn't mean that's coming into oversold territory, although Bitcoin doesn't care. Bitcoin's like a honey badger. Bitcoin doesn't care. So it will just sit there for ages and sometimes just go sideways like we're seeing now in that momentum. So a little bit of patience in this region. Total crypto market cap has had a bounce back after all those liquidations. Now, when we're looking at leverage trading and that sort of thing, and we're going, okay, so we've had these massive big dips and we've got massive big wicks. Now, they are part of leverage trading. So when we're looking at Elliott Wave, we kind of go, okay, this is a leverage market. I'm just going to kind of ignore that. We shouldn't, but we do. So if we jump back to that chart and we're, oops, little tiny one, and we're looking at this wick here, we did break through, but we're still holding strong. This support, it didn't even come back down and touch that purple support, which goes back down right to the beginning. So, you know, it does look likely we're going to get some momentum here and get a bounce. Now, our pivot is 3.49 trillion. So we could get a lot of liquidity coming back into the market to hold those levels. We've seen some tether prints to hold certain key Bitcoin levels. We're doing that. So we just need that to continue, basically. And yeah. So off to ETH. Now, ETH is looking like it is about to pop. Now, there has been ETF news. There's been a lot of uptake on Ethereum through governments, through bigger funds. So it does look like it might have that time where it's going to change momentum. It held the what we call as the major pivot on this chart. So, and it literally just touched it and up it went. So when that happens, it looks really orchestrated. So anything above that, if you can buy in at that range, it does look like this is the final level that we're going to see Ethereum for quite some time. And we've just turned up on the 4-hour stock RSI. Let me take this to the daily. We did get a daily buy the other day. Look how low that RSI is. It's low, stock is low. And if we take the MACD, we can see that on the histogram, we're starting to get less sell pressure. So that's a really good sign that we're changing momentum. So if we go back to December here, and we have a look what was happening on the chart. So we've got December, we had a bit of a bounce there. So whether we just get a little bit of a bounce to this resistance and then we come back down and test these support regions again, similar to what we're seeing on BTC, that's a really high potential that we're still got a couple of weeks left of just this correction pattern and then off we go. But this is likely not going to see a lower low. So, you know, dollar cost averaging back into these trades is a really good sort of way to move this. And Solana to me looks a little bit bearish. We do look like we're getting a bear flag sort of forming here. We are going to get a bounce, I would say, to retest 219 and then potentially come back into this 177. So this is a signal in it getting settled in crypto, and it did go 3 targets by the looks of it. So it's been a longer term. A lot of our signals are swing signals, so they kind of do that movement. And we're just introducing scalps. So we've been a long time coming, but with this very, very sideways quiet market this year, we've decided that we're going to educate everyone and do that over the next few weeks. We're just adding the infrastructure into our back end. Getting started in crypto is, all built for that. So, and how we put our signals and how they connect to bots and everything. So if you're not a trader and you do have a little bit of issues with that, we do check out the Lisabot.trade and also TTMBot.trade. They're both our trading bots, and they trade the signals directly to your exchange via APIs, and they don't take any of the profits like copy trading does. So yeah, check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to look too much on alts, but they are starting to see a little bit of a turn and a little bit of momentum. We're going to get some B waves in here. So for those that know Elliott wave, that means that's just like an ABC coming up. So we've got our A, our B, and our C. So on our internal B wave, and then we get another wave, usually down. So A, B, and then a wave down, and then we should head up from there. So that's a really strong potential on a lot of charts. So, I do think we hold that low on a lot of the altcoins as well. We saw lower lows on this last pullback, so that means we're probably almost done. So we hope. So yeah, so hopefully next week I won't have internet from the 1980s, and they will get their act together here. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will catch you in Getting Started in Crypto on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, and here next week. Thanks, guys.